I'm here with Aaron Reynolds, and we have a couple questions for him. So, number one, what inspired you to be an author?
Mary Elizabeth. What inspired me to be an author? When I was a kid, some of you heard this during my presentation. When I was a kid, I hated books. And I thought books, I was a rowdy kid. I thought books are so quiet. That's not for me. And then I had a teacher in 5th grade named Mr. Hunter, and he read to us every day. And I was like, ka-chong! Like, you gotta be kidding me right now. This is what I've been missing out on. So he was really a huge part of it. I didn't know at that time, I'm gonna grow up and be an author. But he is what kind of turned me into loving books. And so I did a lot of other jobs when I got older, but that whole time I still really loved stories, and I loved books, and I loved using my imagination. And I think none of that would have happened if Mr. Hunter in 5th grade hadn't kind of gotten me so excited about stories and books. Yeah.
So that's a good answer.
Thank you.
So next question is, what is your favorite book that you have written?
Oh, Mary Elizabeth, how am I supposed to answer that? I mean, that's kind of like asking me to pick my ugly kid. How am I supposed to choose that? Okay, let's see. I love Creepy Carrots. Not my favorite, though. I love Dude. Not my favorite, though. I love The Incredibly Dead Pets of Rex Dexter, and that I'm writing chapter books now. So my favorite Aaron Reynolds book, though, I think if you're going to make me pick my absolute favorite Aaron Reynolds book, I'm going to choose Fart Quest.
Oh, I haven't read that.
You haven't read it yet?
I want to read it.
Yes, I don't know if I think you've got book 1 in your library.
Yes.
And so you can go and check it out and read it. And all your friends who are watching can do that too. Books 2, 3, and 4 are out now. So if you dig what you read in book 1, then you can get your hands on the other ones.
I'm stuck on the Harry Potter books right now.
Yeah, you got your work cut out for you. That's cool. That's cool.
My favorite's Dude.
Oh, yes!
So fun to read.
Yes.
And then
and because it's like one word, right? But you have to say it so many ways.
Dude,
yeah.
Dude.
Yes.
Okay,
Awesome.
And then let's see. This one was like a fan favorite of his.
Okay.
Like, I had to ask this.
Okay.
Are you related to Ryan Reynolds?
Here's what I like to say about that. A lot of kids ask me that. I like to say I am his slightly better looking cousin. Yes? No? All right. No. Cousin Ryan, as I call him, no, we're not related.
Okay.
No, we're not related. Though I sometimes dream, I wonder if Ryan Reynolds gets asked that. I wonder if people go up to Ryan Reynolds and they're like, are you related to Aaron Reynolds? I can only dream that that's what's happening.
And then, good answer. What is like your dream illustrator to collab with?
Oh, yeah. I've been really lucky. I've had some cool illustrators. I kind of have a couple illustrator crushes, though, that I really love. So, like, there's an illustrator named Marla Frazee, and her stuff is so cool and funky and a little weird, and I think it would be amazing to do a book with her. So I think she's my number one illustrator crush. I'm going to go Marla Frazee.
Okay, I got to read the second question. What is your most famous book that you've written?
I would say it's probably Creepy Pair of Underwear. Yeah. Before Creepy Crayon came out, that was my number one selling book. But then Creepy Crayon just came out this fall, and it was by far my best-selling book.
This fall?
Yeah, it just came out.
It literally seems so long ago.
I know, it was just in August, like late August it came out, and since August, it's sold more than any of my other books. So yeah.
Okay. What inspired you to start writing?
So I had a different job first. I was an actor. And I was a stage actor. I went to theater school, and I studied stage acting. And when I got out of college, I moved to Chicago, and I was a stage actor for years and years. And I loved that, and it was super fun. I got to use my imagination. But along the way, a chance came up for me to write a play. And I had never written anything before. And so I was like, okay, someone's got to write it. I'll take a crack at it. And I just loved it. I was like, wow, I think I like this better than being an actor even. Like, when you write it, you're kind of the director, and you're kind of the producer, and you're kind of the actor, and you're kind of all of it. And so I kind of forgot about it, but then I got another chance to write another play, and I was like, me, I'll write it. And I did that for a couple years, where every time there was a chance to write a new play, I volunteered. And the more I did it, the more I realized I think I want to try and become an author.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How did you get started in the writing business?
So after I had written in theater for a long time, I sat down and said I want to become an author. I wrote a story, and I researched how do I get my story turned into a book. And I realized, okay, I have to mail it to a publisher. They're the ones that turn stories into books. So I sent my story to a publisher. Now, Mary Elizabeth, do you think first story I sent to the publisher, they were like, oh, this is amazing. We're going to turn it into a book.
Not at all.
No, not even close. No, I got a letter back in the mail, and it was like, Dear Aaron, thanks for sending us your story. This story stinks. We do not like your story. We're not going to turn it into a book. So I was like, okay, fine.
They're brutally honest.
They were. I was like, be that way. So I wrote another story. I sent that one out to a publisher. Got another letter. Said, hey, Aaron, thanks for sending us your story. The story smells. We do not like your story. We're not going to turn it into a book. I'm like, fine, I'll try again. So I did that again. I wrote another story. Okay, Mary Elizabeth, how many letters like that do you think I got? Letters that were like, you stink, you smell, we're not going to turn your story into a book. If you had to guess.
About 13.
13! Mary Elizabeth! No.
I was going to guess
rejection
10.
letters. No. When I was first trying to become an author, I received 390 rejection letters.
You counted?
Yeah, I kept every single one of them. I kept every single one of them in a big bin. And for 5 years, I received nothing but rejection letters from publishers. But I never gave up. I kept writing more stories. Kept sending them out to publishers, and after 5 years, after 390 rejection letters collecting in that big bin I have at home that's labeled rejections, one day the phone rang, and it was a publisher, and she said, hey Aaron, thanks for sending us your story. You don't stink. You don't smell. We like your story, and we want to turn it into a book.
Nice.
But none of that would have happened if I'd quit like after 200 or 300. I wouldn't even be an author today. So
you wouldn't be here.
I know. So that it just kind of goes to show you that even talent isn't as important as just not giving up.
We're going to turn that into a quote.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
Anyways, you used those letters as motivation.
I did.
And I think that's a good thing. So kids, if you ever get rejected, just know there's another chance for you in the world.
That's it.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for hanging out with me. I had a blast.